What's up, devils? J-dawg back to answer some more goddamn questions. Questions we're going over today are on the fucking video posted 2 weeks ago. Black Sabbath were a bunch of Christians, not down with the devil they're called at all. Yep. That's the goddamn facts. I don't know why anyone thought they were like kind of like a satanic man. Just read the goddamn lyrics. Just read them, goddammit. Read Master Reality, which is a fucking great album. It's literally fucking Christian. Like, I don't know what the fuck you guys are seeing. First question marks I'm seeing is from Arcarian Steel. Question marks, have you ever Googled heaviest band on earth? No, I have not. Guess what band shows up? Question mark. Laughing my fucking ass off. Actually, I know the answer because I think it was Aaron Puffenbarger yet fucking again. I think he sent me the screenshot like maybe a week ago. Yeah, I think it was last week actually. And just kind of laughing. Yeah, check this shit out. And obviously I thought it was funny, and I didn't know that prior to this channel. That's the What's Heavier Than Pantera line. That story is a true story that came from a guy that said it to Craig at Denny's. Craig was working at Denny's. He was off. He was wearing his vest, and on the back, on his vest, he has a bunch of fucking patches. And the back patch was a Creative Pleasure to Kill. Then you have like Hops Angel of Death on there and shit like that. So metal band. So some canoe just sitting at the Denny's restaurant. How they got that bar. I mean, it's a whatever kind of bar you want to call it. It's not a fucking bar for alcohol, but you know what the fuck I mean. Sitting at that and seen him, so he asked about fucking metal. He's the guy, what's heavier than Pantera? That wasn't for me Google searching, no idea. But yeah, that's exactly why I rip on him. And again, it's not that for the 10 millionth fucking time, because I gotta clarify for all these fucking idiots that come over here, it's not the band themselves. I can care less. I think the music's fine. A couple of their songs are, this is a pretty good song, not bad. The title track, Great Southern Tranquil and shit. I was like, yeah, it's a pretty good song. It's not that. It's the fucking idiots that it's just giving a false, just spreading false news. That's all it is. That where it's just annoying. Like, what? What are you talking about? Again, just right down to the Google search. How much other Google information is just drastically fucking long? It's just deceiving as fuck. When people are telling you a person, you're heaviest band ever, because there's guys out there walking around saying that shit. Yeah, listen to real heavy shit when they're having a conversation to another person that doesn't know. Like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, man, okay, heaviest shit ever. It's just to me, you're spreading misinformation that would be annoying just on any topic. Let's imagine if you went back to you fucking flew somebody in from the 1800s and they got all this fucking land, they need to cut their lawn, right? And you're like, fuck yeah, man, I got the best piece of equipment. Man, you're cutting fuck, man, how you guys are cutting your lawn. Who the fuck even knows what they used back then? Well, right now, we have shit like we have machines that do that shit. It's like the best machine we have. And he gives them like, let's say he's got like 10 acres to cut by, you know what I mean? And he gives them a goddamn lawnmower that's a push mower, $200 push mower, not those riding pushers, but the actual manual pushers that are like $200-300 at fucking Walmart. He goes, that's the best thing. And the guy's like, oh shit, this is fucking much better than what we had back in the goddamn 1800s. Shit, time's moving up. But he'd tell you, yeah, that's the best fucking thing. And meanwhile, he doesn't know about riding lawnmowers and all these other technologies. Way better. He'd be like, the fuck, man? You gave me a goddamn lemon. This is a fucking turd. It's the same goddamn equivalent. When you Google search, I'm trying to get into heavy music. Got a new kid. Fuck yeah, I'm trying to get, what's the heavy shit? I mean, it tells you fucking Pantera. You're just being misled. You're just being deceived. That's all. So again, nothing to do with the band themselves. Fan base and just whoever controls the powers that be or whatever that fucking just giving out this false ass dumbass fucking information. But nonetheless, it was pretty goddamn funny when I heard that. I was like, yeah, that doesn't shock me. Here's a big old quote from Joe Dinkins. Question, big and bold. Have you ever listened to the new Birdflesh song, Hammer Smashed Japanese Face yet? No, I have not. Did it just come out? Because I don't have everything by Birdflesh, but I have. I probably have about maybe 10 7-inches. I think like 5 or 6 LPs and then like 3 or 4 CDs. So definitely missing stuff. But that doesn't ring a bell. What release is it on? If it just came out, then no, I don't. Because the latest thing I have that's the newest stuff, maybe is it the Organ Dealer split CD? Maybe something a little newer than that. But around that time, I think the latest thing I have is a year or two old already. So if it's something that came out last month or something, no, I definitely have not heard it. And then I have the latest full length. What is the Extreme Graveyard Tornado? But I think that was, what was that, 2019, 2020? As far as full length, to my knowledge, that's the latest full length. And I do own that. And like it quite a bit, too, to be honest with you. Paul Kreutz. Fuck, man, looks like we got some genre cops out and about on patrol. 100% do. And again, the more and more I'm talking to some people, leave some names unmentioned on here, just for, I just don't even want to get into it. But people that are, they're older than me. So, and I know, actually, I'm not guessing, I was going to say theoretically, listening not longer than me, but I do know in these cases, few others that I've been talking to that I wasn't regularly talking about when this conversation got brought up. None of them did. None of them brought this stupid shit up. So what it tells me is all these guys like, that's not brutal death metal. That's regular death metal, and all these fucking idiots. That's not black. He thinks Damien Borger's black metal. And what the fuck is it then? This is all 19-year-old kiddos that probably won't be into this 10 years from now. That's 100% what it is. There is no way it's a 40-year-old man on here that's saying that shit. And if it is, it's a very immature fucking 40-year-old goddamn man that just got in this shit like 3 years ago. And he's almost like mentally a little off. So he thinks that's what you're supposed to do, like kind of like to fit in the cool club. There's no way a 40-year-old man is making those comments that's been listening to this shit since he was 15, let's say. No way, no possible is it making those comments. So when I see those, and you guys that leave comments like stupid as fuck like that, I'm chalking up your 15. I'm literally, okay, this is another 15-year-old, in which case your opinion's pretty fucking irrelevant to me, to be completely honest with you. Ryan at 0 to 2. Have you ever listened to Steel Panther? No, I have not. No, I mean, I kind of recognize the name, but don't know it at all. Andrew Gabriel, J-dawg. Who do you think fell off harder, Suffocation or Cryptopsy? Oh, bravo. It's not even a fucking contest. Cryptopsy. I don't even think Suffocation really fell off, to be completely honest with you. I don't think anything by Suffocation is deplorable. A couple of later ones, their album from around, so I remember when it first came out. What the fuck was it called? I think it was around, say, 2015. Let's say around that era. Whatever album that was, I forget the name of it. I remember when it came out and I saw them on that tour. It was right around when I first heard it too. Live, I thought the songs were pretty good. I just didn't like how the album sounded. It just like almost lost all its character. But when they played the songs, like this off the new album. So I listened to the new album. I thought it kind of sucked. Did not suck. Just again lost its character. Live, I'm like, oh, I'm pretty much enjoying these. Suffocation never really. It pretty much is consistent. Again, just the kind of the sound. Knowing ass fucking fan base, and yeah, I mean it is pretty goddamn consistent. The only thing is with some of Suffocation, I just thought like the really slow parts to me are boring. Even on like Pierce from Within. I don't think like that's a great album, although everyone loves that one. I think the title track's good. It's got good parts there, but it's got some of the just the slower parts. Just that this is fucking boring. Um, so yeah, I don't think that as opposed to Cryptopsy, pretty much everything after Whisper Supremacy, from what I remember, was pretty goddamn unlistenable. I mean, Then You'll Beg, I guess it was okay, but even that, let's just take that. That was drastically different than the first two albums. Um, And then, from full disclosure, I never heard a lot of the later Cryptopsies, but I have heard some shit. I'm like, oh, this is not even the same band. It sounds completely fucking different. Suffocation isn't like that. It's still pretty much. I don't think anything they put out is deplorable. They just have albums. I'm like, I didn't like this album, but I was like, okay, yeah, you can tell it's fucking Frank Mullen singing. Plus, why would we walk in on the Suffocation albums? I don't know. If somebody else put it on the shop and didn't tell me who you listen to, and I'd probably be like, oh, what Suffocation album is this? I'm sure we're gonna do that for what's to pick a later Cryptopsy. If someone put it on, I'd be like, who the fuck are we listening to? I have no idea. So yeah, I mean, that's not even a comparison. I mean, Suffocation or Cryptopsy, fucking Cryptopsy all day. That later shit is what the fuck is this? Not the same band even remotely. Distributor call points. Laz Rocket equals Geezer Rocket question marks. With J-dawg, I'd give those numbers another try if I were you. You're way off, brah. I could be. See, when I heard those, I remember think we got a batch of them in a trade from like King Folly at the time when I first came through. This is going back like 17 years ago or so. I remember hearing one disc and not liking it. I never listened to anything else. I don't remember which one it was. That's just the name wasn't appealing. Um, but if it's fucking great, I mean, again, that's like never claimed to know it all. Um, so the shit that I claim I know is because I actually know it. It's not because I'm just trying to be cool for the camera. But if it's something I don't know, I'll tell you. But I'm fully familiar with who they are. We've had their, I know they definitely have at least 3 albums. I just know because it's coming through stock, through hell several times. But the first time it came in, that's when I checked it out. And whatever one is, I remember not liking it. That was in the fucking geezer crowd from what I remember. Again, this is like 17, 18 years ago. So one time listen in the forgotten more metal than you know pile. So yeah, it's possible I'm wrong. Not saying not saying that there's no possibility that I'm not. 40-year-old virgin in a flat brimmed hat. Questions for you, J-dawg. Do you agree that with a lot of people that Mortician Zombie Apocalypse contains some of the best catchy riffs ever recorded? I mean, the title track for sure. Yeah. I mean, outside of that was Slaughterhouse. There's Slaughterhouse in that song, so that one for sure too. Outside those two songs, I don't know why you would think there's some of the catchiest over the rest of their catalog. Because, for example, the title track, Hacked Up for Barbecue, title track, Chainsaw Dismemberment, Drown in Your Own Blood. These are other songs that are not on Zombie Apocalypse. I would say they're equally as fucking catchy. But for Zombie Apocalypse, they had the two songs that really stand out. They had those memorable, catchy riffs. Would be title track, Zombie Apocalypse, and Slaughterhouse. But like again, every release has at least, so that's two songs. Every album has at least two songs that have that equally. I think. Now maybe you're a little bit out of the loop and you think like, fuck, like this song "Fuck of Death" and shit, man, it's so fucking catchy. Well, that's a cover song by fucking Slaughter, so that's not original. So in case you were thinking that, and then maybe you're thinking that for Horrified, that's a Repulsion goddamn cover. So those two weren't even original, so those wouldn't count. So yeah, I think it's a great fucking catchy record. But not so much more so over than the other ones, their other albums. I didn't think so, anyways. Here we go. Decker H. He's giving me the genre lesson. J-Dawg, brutal death metal would be most of what you consider third generation death metal. Deeds of Flesh, Suffocation. I put Suffocation to kind of second generation, just because it was the same time as Cannibal Corpse, Deicide, and all them. So I think they within the Broken Hope. Broken Hope, kind of same thing, same time frame. Pyrexia, kind of same fucking thing, second generation. Afterbirth, Repudiation, Dehumanized, Cenotaph, Mortal Decay, Devarment, Scattered Remnants, just name it. Yeah, I mean, I know that those are brutal death metal bands. I'm just saying when people are getting all technical, when I said Cannibal Corpse is not, minimally fucking butchered at birth and Tomb of the Mutilated. How are those not brutal death metal, but Broken Hope is? That makes no goddamn sense. You're telling me Butchered at Birth and Tomb of the Mutilated, those are less brutal than Suffocation? I would argue they're more fucking brutal. I'd argue that all goddamn day. Um, so because that's what I remember somebody in a past video, "Rah! Putting Cannibal as brutal death model." Kind of, yeah. Uh, at least for those two, at least they had minimally two brutal death metal albums. Okay, the Bleeding, I can see your argument. Well, that's not that brutal. Okay, but they at least had two albums that were. So I don't think that was some outlandish fucking Dumbo weird dumbass fucking comment. I think it was pretty within goddamn reason. Ricky Jones, J-Dawg, do you think there is a chance you would like Cannibal Corpse more if Chris Barnes was still in the band? Probably not, because I mean, look what he went off to fucking do. There's just a very good chance he would have turned fucking Cannibal Corpse into goddamn a laughable goddamn mess. So I'd have to go with no, but we'll never know for sure, right? Blah blah blah. Nice user ID, blah blah. Very creative. I really don't see how being satanic in today's day and age is rebellious or edgy in any way. I agree. I don't think it is either. The West has, at this point, completely rejected God and any sort of morality. I don't know if I'd go as far as saying that, brah. I mean, most people I see and know on the outside metal scene go to church or at least say they believe in God and shit, so I would not go as far as saying that. Saying Hail Satan and making satanic lyrics for your band is a complete safety position to take. Well, it's a safety position. It just kind of fits the bill. Fits the bill. That's like if you're going to do a brutal death metal band, aka Devourment. Make sure I got the right goddamn bands right. They sing about brutal, guttural topics. I don't think they're just doing it as a safe position. I think they're doing it because that's kind of what the music always sing about, and they can't come up with a new idea of their own, or they're afraid if they do that they're kind of think outside the box that it's going to come across as fucking stupid. Which in a lot of cases, because there's some bands that do. I mean, look at a great fucking record like Cataclysm, Temple of Knowledge, my personal favorite. And I realize most of the later shit is goddamn Canoe Central. 100% agree. But when you look at it, just look at the cover and shit. Like they're doing something like, wow, let's not be like Cannibal Corpse. Wow, let's not be like DSI, like more brutal stuff, brutal or satanic. You see that cover, like, what the fuck is this? That's thinking outside the box. They're doing something. When I saw that, again, I don't remember why I officially picked that album up because that cover was turn off fucking city. I remember it even when I was a kid. I was like, this cover sucks balls. Um, so you run into that. So I don't know if it's a safe position. I think it's they're just a diehard fan of the music, and they do it because this is what the music sings about, and or they're afraid that anything else is just going to look silly and stupid, which they're not completely wrong. You offend virtually nobody. Again, yes and no, and there is nothing shocking about it. Yeah, no, in the actual metal scene, there's absolutely nothing shocking about it. But again, you go out in the general public, you might be in my syndrome to where there's times I forgot myself. Is you're around mostly people that are into this for whatever reason you do for a living, or maybe you live in a mom's basement, so you're not around anybody. I don't know what the case fucking may be. But when you go out in general fucking society, I can tell you right now, because the only time I talk to just regular quote unquote people for the most part is at the gym and shit. And if it gets brought up, I know they fucking think that because someone got up there, they say, "Oh man, you always got those crazy shirts on and shit." They're thinking it. They're trust me, they're fucking thinking it. They don't for the most part. No. Now it's more popular now and recognized than it was in 1992. And again, that's all because of well, for starters, it's been around longer, so it's expanded in 1992. Extreme music was in its extreme infancy. Because let's just say you're going to go back as far as saying extreme music started, as far as I'm concerned, you really can't say anything earlier than Venom. That's really stretching it. So 1980, let's say 1992. Okay, so extreme music's been around at the longest, if you consider Venom, 12 years. 12 years, what the fuck? That's not even 18-year-olds become a fucking grown ass adult. That's like 12 years. Like, that's like saying I'm 12 years old. Oh, you're young as fuck. What the fuck? You haven't gone through puberty yet. Like, what the fuck? That's new. So rewind another 30 years. Of course, there's going to be more fans and shit like that. It's now getting out there. And again, because of social fucking media. So less taboo slash offensive, which you're putting it, just because it's more out there now. There's more fans. But I'm telling you right now, the people that they're still clueless, like they've never heard of Cannibal, they go to church on Sundays, and those people 1,000% exist. Just go on out there, drive past the fucking church any day on Sunday at, I don't know, 10 o'clock. Packed to the gills. At least where I live, all of them are. So what the fuck you mean on that? Yes, it is not. It's not as strict and as followed, and people bowing down to it as much as probably like 1950, for example. But so it is less in that sense. But what there's a lot now is the just in casers. Like I call the just in casers. They just believe in the shit because they're afraid to go to fucking hell. So they just say they love Jesus to go to fucking church because they're afraid that there's a hell that does exist. They don't want to go there. Some goddamn reason. As soon as that shit, if there's some way you could prove without a shadow of a doubt, that crap is completely out of fucking business. Might clear this video too. Here's some question marks. Kelly McKay, hey Dog Devils, what's your favorite Razor album? Evil Invaders with Sheepdog would be mine. Werrell Dane was the singer for Nevermore. He died not too long ago. Rest in peace, later Devils. We're talking about Nevermore. Yeah, that does sound kind of familiar. Favorite Razor album? He says this is Evil Invaders. Well, I can tell you this. I never actually officially concluded what is my favorite Razor album. I like Executioner's Song a lot, but that was the first one I heard. Seems more like the one I put on the player the most is probably Violent Restitution. I'll say this though, probably my favorite Razor song would most likely be Cross Me Fool. And I'd say that's actually probably one of my favorite thrash songs ever. So that's just one song, but Evil Invaders, yeah, I mean that's because that's on Evil Invaders. Yeah, it's kind of a toss up. They're kind of, when I think of favorite Razor album, it's kind of like asking me favorite Black Sabbath album. I mean, I usually just say Master Reality as a whole, like I said, but it's kind of like I don't know because, like I said, Sabbath Bloody Sabbath is my favorite song, so they kind of fall in that category. I don't have a dead set favorite Razor, but it just seems like when I would kind of answer it, I'd probably just say Executioner Song, just because that was the first goddamn album that I heard. Um, and I do quite like the song City of Damnation a lot, and Take This Torch. I like those songs very much so. So as a whole, maybe that album, but I don't know. Again, it could kind of flip a coin, but definitely Cross Me Fool I'd have to say would be my fucking favorite Razor song of all fucking time. In case you happen to get a flying fuck. Cops, questions, you know the fucking do. But Scott Fox, get answer right in the morning. Later, goddamn it.